Hello?
Hi, Ilona and Danya.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm just calling you back.
You were just, oh yeah, okay. Yeah. How was your, I didn't see you last week. How was your week?
Uh, like, I don't know. I mean, so, you know, all things considered.
Yeah. Were you able to speak to your grandmother or see her or anything? Or?
Um, I did see her briefly, but it was very disappointing, that trip, because it took me a very, very long time to go out there, and I only got to see her for basically 10 minutes.
Really? Why? What happened? Why for so little?
They told me to leave. I don't know if like the doctor was coming in to do something, but they told me to leave. They just rushed me out of there. I was crying because what I got to see was very ugly.
Yeah.
And then I just had to go and take the trip back home after all of that.
Yeah, I can see how that can be very frustrating. Oh my God. So you went, so she's in the hospital now?
Yeah, they moved her though, but I don't really understand where they moved her to, because she's telling me that they quarantined her. Like, which would be good, because she said like they took the tubes out. But I don't see why they would quarantine her since she already had COVID. So I don't know if she's confused right now and she doesn't know what's going on too. So I don't know if she's actually quarantined or if, because then I called her like the next day, that's what she told me. And then I called her the next day and I'm like, Grandma, when are you leaving? And she's like, I don't know if I'm leaving. Am I leaving? Why should I be leaving like in this state? And I told her, like, listen, can you get mommy to get you like somebody to come home with you? What do you call those people? The home, like the home attendants?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she really needs one. Because I talked to my daughter too. I don't think my daughter could take care of her. Because, she's like really sick now. Like, she does the dishes, she cooks and cleans, but that's why she was saying she needs the hospital. And she said that her insurance doesn't cover it. And then I asked, like, I said, what? Why? Because I know that it does. I think it does. And I said, get mom to like help you. And she started like mumbling that mom has her own problems and she couldn't figure it out, and she's staying in the hospital now. And I don't know if she's just staying in the hospital because like there's nobody to care for her at home. But at least I got to talk to her. She wasn't like really, but I only talked to her on the phone. What I saw was not like grandma. It was like she looked really bad.
Wow.
Like it didn't even look like my grandmother to me when I saw her.
Oh really? Wow. That's tough. Yeah, that's hard. But I'm glad that at least you made, I know it's not like the best situation, but I'm glad that you put in the effort to go and visit her,
I don't know. It was very disappointing. It was very, very disappointing because I didn't, and I don't know because it took, it cost like $40, and it took like 3 hours to go there and back, and I didn't even really get to talk to her or anything.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, but at least, you went, you was able to see her. I know it wasn't what you expected, but I'm glad that you put in the effort to go and see her and visit her. Yeah. So how are you feeling now? How do you feel after the visit?
I don't know. I'm thinking about what she said about her not being able to get a home attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Is she supposed to have a home attendant? She is Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah, I don't know why she wouldn't. Yeah, that's not my expertise, but I figured that most people who are in her condition would qualify for home attendant.
Like, do they have like end of life care home attendants? Like, I
Well,
mean,
I'm
the
not
thing is,
sure.
like, I'm also upset because I wish I could, take care of her because nobody's taking care of her,
Mm-hmm.
and I know Morgan can't do it by herself. And my mom, too, she lives in Queens. I don't know why I'm mad at my mom, too, because she could probably, like, take more time off to go see her.
Yeah, what's your mom's involvement in the whole thing? Doesn't she assist or help her mother out?
I don't talk to my mom. Like, I don't know why she just doesn't talk to me. Like, but she goes there like once a week, and she goes to see my grandma, and she goes to see Morgan just to leave her some like food or money or something. Because Morgan doesn't have a job, and then she goes back to where she lives, which is in Queens. But she has like a car and everything, and I don't know. I just wish I could take care of my grandmother. Because, I mean, like, whatever happened between us, like, she's my family. It's, yeah, and she didn't, like, I didn't take Patrick with me. Because I didn't want to take him, like, on a train to a hospital. He would have been, like, mad at me. So she didn't even get to see Patrick, and,
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
I didn't even really get to see her. That's the thing. All I saw was like it looked like a different person. And she had like the blanket up over her, but there was like a tube in her lungs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even get to like talk to her or anything. They just rushed me out.
Oh, wow. I mean, I thought you got to at least speak to her, briefly, or,
on the phone, but I don't know. I don't understand what's going on because I'm talking to her. I'm not really like talking to anybody else about it because I feel like I don't want to offend her by talking to like the staff about her condition instead of directly to her. Because it's like so frail, her life right now. Like, she's just gonna, like, what if that's the last thing that happens is we like fight about something? And Morgan also like has not like really come to visit her because she said they don't really like let anybody up there. I don't know, because maybe they don't, I don't know, maybe COVID's still like major or something to them because they're hospitals. So she doesn't really know. Like, she says like she just wants to stay here. Like, we talked and she said she just wants to stay at the hospital, and she would probably wants to stay at the hospital because she can't take care of her by herself. But I don't know like why she can't have a home attendant. But I don't want to push it with her and ask her why she can't have like, why is it because like the insurance really won't cover it, or she just rather not, so I'm not
Yeah.
making sense out of it. In like the way she's making it sound is like she's not sure if she's gonna leave the hospital or not
Oh,
on her
I
own.
see.
I don't know. And it's very, very disappointing, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even, like, get to like, hug her or anything, and I don't know like, if she's gonna make it out or not. But she sounded more clear, like, our conversations have gotten more honest lately.
Okay.
Which is like, on the other hand, it's making me very sad because, like, I guess people before they go, they want to, like, own up to everything that's going on, and they just I don't know, I guess she doesn't have anything to hide or anything. In like, because sometimes she would pretend like she was confused or something when she wasn't really confused.
Uh-huh.
And like, now she's not really doing that.
Okay.
I mean, she's like my family, and I don't feel like good about it. I wish there was more I could do for her.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're doing the best that you can. You went to visit, and I know that was a challenge for you. You had to make sure you had the money because it's pricey to go over there and visit. So I think you are doing the best that you can with what you have. I know you really, really love your grandmother. You have always spoke very positively about her. So I know that you really care for her. But at the same time, you are in a tough position where you can't give her your all. So, just be understanding of that.
I don't know, like, it's gonna be too late soon to, like, even do anything with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think that you visited her, you did the best that you can. I mean, you can only do but so much. Yeah. I mean, you don't live near her, you don't live close by. I'm pretty sure if you lived close to her, you'd be helping her out. But you don't, unfortunately. So you can only do what you tried to do the last week was to go and try to visit her, and that's it.
It's just so gross, like I don't like the hospital,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's just very, like, the atmosphere is very, very sick, and I mean, they're not really gonna make her feel much better than she does now. I just don't want her to stay in the hospital. I mean, I know she's gonna die because, I mean, she's a lucky lady. She lived to 81 years old. I should hope to live that long. I mean, lifestyles change and everything. I don't know who lives that long, but I can't imagine, like what she's thinking about us, because she's always a little bit reserved. I mean,
Yeah.
she's caused a lot of problems to, like, my mom's family, my family, stuff like that, because she was a little bit crazy, like, the last, like, 2 or 3 decades of her life. But, like, she does, like, she doesn't, like, talk about, like, her feelings. Like, she's not used to that. She wouldn't just tell us, like, oh, I think you guys could do more for me because I'm dying, you're just gonna leave me there. She's just, like, there. She's just saying, oh, I'm just gonna stay here for now because I don't want to be a burden. But it's so gross. It's, like, so gross. I mean, you didn't see it. It's very disgusting to leave someone in the hospital, especially, like, when you know they're gonna die soon. I mean, that would be, like,
Yeah.
their last conscious moments is gonna be, like, sick tubes and like, people in, like, scrubs and stuff. And I'm just gonna be thinking about that. You know, I really want her to
Yeah.
go home to die, but I talked to Morgan. She doesn't really know how to take care of her.
Yeah, yeah. So it's tough. It's tough. I understand where you're coming from. I do get it. I understand. And that's because you are a compassionate person and you would want your mom, your grandmother to at least die in the comfort of her own home as opposed to the hospital because those are going to be her last memories. I do get that, but I also get where Morgan is coming from. She's a young adult, and it's really not fair for her to be, unfortunately, burdened by having to care for, for your grandmother. It's tough. It's not fair to Morgan, for having to be responsible for all of that. So it's tough.
You know what makes it tougher is like maybe she could have taken care of her, but my grandmother's like stubborn and she's a little bit crazy, and she wouldn't like let her like care for her also, because I'm trying to imagine this situation, like how she would go about like taking care of her. And it's not because like if there was something like the doctor would tell her to do, it's not because she wouldn't do it. It's because she would be like, because she took care of her before, she would have a hard time accepting that now she's taking care of her. And I can't make sense of it if she just doesn't want strangers in her house, or if really the insurance doesn't cover it. Like the only way that she could, stay home is if like we took turns maybe, because then it wouldn't be so much pressure on her that, like she would feel weird if like Morgan was like the only one taking care of her. But it's just so sad. Like I don't want to leave her there. It's really like, I mean, this has to happen. If this has to happen, like why does it have to happen like this? Why does it have to be like the worst, most disgusting possible way it has to happen?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough situation. I understand why, you are stressed about it, So it's a person that you love and care about. Yeah.
Also, I don't know like how she feels about dying, but I feel like, wow, that's some sort of torture, because they're like draining fluids off of her, and they've been draining the fluids from her stomach like every every week now, I think, for like a couple of weeks. It's like torture, and like I feel like there's maybe something like she's just like unresolved or something, because I don't know if I could be that tough. I would just want to like fall asleep if she's in pain all the time, or if she's just like not really in pain. Like I can't tell, but it looks sick, it looks disgusting. And like modern medicine is like really like, oh my god, like you're keeping this 81-year-old with like cancers all over her body alive. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You would think that because we live in the 21st century that they'll have more advanced practices and that they'll do things.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. They're very advanced. They're very, very advanced. But like just spiritually, I don't know if you believe in that. Spiritually,
yeah,
it's like confusing because again, I don't know where's the dignity with this, and it's like, what does she really want? Like she's saying she wants to stay there, but what does she really want?
I see what you mean.
I don't know. That was scary. The whole thing is like scary. I'm still like in shock from it and like thinking about it.
Yeah. that's tough. I think it's a tough situation. And it's unfortunate that you can't really, because you don't live close to your grandmother, there's not that much that you can do, you know? So that's the tough part. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Who did Patrick stay with? Did he stay with one of your friends or?
My friend came over, but I don't think she's gonna come over again.
Oh, you know, why not?
I just made her come over because she was so busy. But I told her I needed to do this.
Yeah.
Plus, again, like, I want her to see him, so, like, I don't... I want her to see her grandson.
Yeah.
Great-grandson. Yeah. I mean, people die all the time. I understand that. I'm sorry I'm, like, babbling so much about it. It's just that it's my grandmother.
You're just processing your feelings about it. This is normal. You don't have to apologize for anything.
I just feel like I've been through so much, and she's been through so much, and I just want things to, like, start making sense. I mean, I know she's dying. I don't think she's, like, gonna live forever. Like,
yeah, I agree. It's tough. It's a tough process. I think that I know you mentioned something earlier about spirituality. So maybe prayer.
About what?
You know.
Oh.
Spirituality? Yeah.
I'm not religious, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not religious. I'm not even sure how to pray.
Okay.
But I still feel like there's things that I could only name as spiritual. Like, you know, the process of dying or something. I mean, yeah, because they could just... What? What'd you say?
No, I said I believe the same thing. Like, I'm like a spiritual... Well, I wouldn't say I'm like a very
I thought you said something else.
person, but I think that there is a spiritual world.
I mean, like, it's just the word people use to deal with things that, you know. It's just, I don't want her dying to be all medical, you know, I guess, you know.
Yeah. I understand.
I mean, because she was family and stuff. Like, what is dying then? Like, medical and financial? Like,
Yeah. How's Morgan dealing with everything, like emotionally?
I don't know. I think she's, like, distanced herself from it. Because it's so stressful for her to be there with her, being, like, the only one that's there day and night, that she's just taking a break from her being in the hospital. And I also feel that way, like, if I was there with her, maybe I wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss you so much, because, you know, she's, like, really sick and angry sometimes, and it's not fun to take care of her, and I understand that. So she's not, like, really, like, sitting there going, oh my God, Grandma's gonna die finally, and I don't want her to die in the hospital. She just said, you know, she wants to stay there. But I don't know, like, how, you know, because maybe it was so stressful for her, and now she's just, like, not giving it, like, really deep thought that she's gonna die in the hospital. Plus, Morgan is, like, not been to the hospital since she was born, really.
Yeah, I see. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tough on her as well. Because I think that not only because your grandmother is sick, but also because I feel like it's going to change Morgan's life.
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah, definitely tough. Yeah. How is Patrick? How is he feel? Okay.
What, Patrick? Junior?
Oh, your son, Junior.
He doesn't understand. I just told him he's never really met her. He's seen her like
Yeah.
once when he was 2. And he doesn't really understand. I just told him, he said hi to her. Like, this is your grandmother. She's sick. And she's probably going to die. And he's like, die? But I don't want her to die. But he doesn't really understand. He never, like, knew her and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And about Morgan, like, changing her life, like, I really don't know, like, what, like, what's it gonna do, like, to her?
Yeah. That's true. It's tough, but it's a conversation that I feel like you should be had, or start talking about what's gonna happen or something.
Well, what's gonna happen? Like, how do I know what's gonna happen?
I mean, it seems like your grandmother is very, very sick. I wonder, so what's gonna happen with Morgan? Like, because doesn't she live with your grandmother?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure she has those concerns as to what's going to happen. God forbid your grandma passes away. Seems like she's very sick.
You mean how long
pretty
she
sure
could
she's
stay at that
probably
apartment?
thinking about those things in her head.
It's not good either way because, like,
Yeah.
it's just not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good
I agree.
for her. It's not good for me. It's not good. Like, it's not that I don't want her here, but I think I'm sick, like, with my diarrhea and everything. So, and I mean, if she's forced, like, I would not leave her homeless or anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like, the saddest part of this is like, I feel like really mad at everybody involved, because, like, I'm past, like, thinking that the best scenario is gonna happen. Like, I just, I want to do what I can.
Yeah. I understand.
I feel like people that could have reached out and offered, like, love to my family didn't do that for whatever reason. Like, they don't like us or something. I don't know. Maybe we're not lovable.
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. That's tough. I think what it is that people are so selfish for the most part. If something doesn't, is not beneficial to them, many times they don't care. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's the case. So it's tough. It's a tough situation. Yeah. Before we finish, the clinic, you don't have to do this, but the clinic has a program. Let me look at this email that they sent us. But it's for free phone. You have to qualify for it.
I already have a free phone.
Oh yeah? Do you have unlimited data?
No.
Okay. You don't have to do this. I'm just letting you know just in case it's something that you might want to do. Okay. So if you want to, not everyone is eligible. Most people are eligible. If you are in public assistance or something else like that, you can come to the clinic and speak to the front desk and check to see if you are available. Okay. So there'll be a phone. It says here, the client will receive a brand new Android phone with unlimited talk, text, and data. And the service provider will either be AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. Okay? So it's not like a little cheapy phone or anything like that. So if you are interested, you can come to the clinic one of these days and you can tell them in the front desk. I'm not the one that do any of this because I just let them know at the front desk and see if they're going to check to see if you qualify. Okay? Most likely you are, but they'll check. I'm not too sure on that. Okay? So just information out there, just to let you know, you're not obligated to do it. It's just I'm just letting you know, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Do you have anything else that you want to discuss before we finish?
No, I don't know. I don't think this is I don't know. I don't think talking about anything helps.
Okay, no problem. I'll catch up with you next week. All right?
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.